Welcome back to Mint, where we explore the world of personal finance, making it simple and relatable for you. Whether you're looking to earn, spend, save or invest, we've got you covered.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
When Tekla Motune finished high school and sought something meaningful to do with her time, she began buying clothes from a vendor in her neighborhood to resell for a profit. The same vendor became somewhat of a business partner when he gave her clothes on credit to resell to friends when she went to university. It was this simple act of trust between her and the vendor that kick-started Tekla's entrepreneurial journey a decade ago, leading to the founding of what is now Tekla Fashions.
Tekla Mutune has always liked fashion since a young age. Her passion for fashion saw her start thrifting clothes to her schoolmates in high school. This passion brought forth Tekla Fashions, a thrift shop for all your cool kicks and latest dress styles.
Tell us, when did you start your business and what inspired you to start this business? Okay, I actually started my business, I think, a decade ago, after I had cleared Form 4. There's this guy in the neighborhood who used to sell tops. So I'd go there, buy my tops every now and then. I'd buy 2 more tops and sell to my neighbors. I'd also sell to my friends from primary school, others from high school. And then I joined the Multimedia University of Kenya. So when I was there, I used to stay at my cousin's hostel. So during the evening, students would turn the hostels into a small market. So I saw that as an opportunity, and I went and talked to that guy from home. I didn't have capital, so I talked to him, and he used to give me goods on credit. I'd sell in the hostels, and then I'd send him money. I think I started my Instagram page, my business Instagram page, around that time. So I'd go to shops. There's this shop that was located in Mungai, and it used to sell new shoes. So I'd go there and I'd take pictures of the shoes and broke them on my page. And when I was going home, because we used to live in Lolongo, so I'd pass through Nyayo. There were guys there who used to sell thrift shoes. I'd take pictures of the shoes, broke them on my page, and get a percentage. In 2018, I remember I went home after the schools had closed for the December holidays, and my brother took me to the shoes market. I had never been there before. I only knew the clothes section, because eventually I talked to the guy who used to plug me, and he took me to the clothes section, and I stopped buying from him, and I started getting clothes from Gikomba. I went to the shoes market, and I was mind blown. I remember seeing all these shoes I used to see people wearing on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, I want to do this more often. And that's how I also majored into the shoes business. And the rest of the day is history.
How do you run your business? Do you focus mainly on online? How do you get your clients, and how do you operate your business on a day-to-day?
There's a time before I'd go to Gikomba. When I was in campus, I'd go to Gikomba. I remember I used to take pictures kwa Dirisha, where we used to stay, and then I'd post them on Instagram, and then I'd also go and sell kwa hostels. I'd also go and hawk in the hostels in MMU. And then after some time, there was a place called Chafua in MMU. I got a small shop where I'd go and sell some stuff. And then after I cleared my studies in MMU, I opened a shop in Rongai, and then I ran the shop for 2-3 years. And then I realized I was paying rent, and most of my clients were online. So I decided to stick to online and took my business home. From there, I worked from home for 2 years, and that's when I decided to now get a shop in town, because this was ideal, because most people come to town. Yeah.
What does a day going to the market look like? What time do you wake up?
So my ideal day will look like me waking up at around 5, sometimes 5:30, sometimes 5, and getting to Gikomba as early as 6, because the early bird catches the worm in Gikomba. If I miss out waking up early, trust me, I'm not gonna get good stock for my clients. And I've set that standard, and I have to stick to that standard. I think it takes me like 2-3 hours to source from 6 to around 9. I come back home, I wash them, I wait for them to dry. I take pictures around 6, and then I post them at 8 p.m. I wait for my clients on Instagram to buy. And if I have the energy, I struggle a lot with TikTok lives, but sometimes if I have the energy, I do a TikTok live for 2 hours, 10 p.m. to 12, and then I call it a day.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
What if a life-saving diagnosis could come right to your doorstep? In Nairobi, where healthcare is often expensive and out of reach, sonographer and radiographer Joachim Choge saw an opportunity to bring medical services literally closer home. Choge is the founder of GOtv Mobile Ultrasound. It was a simple yet powerful idea that takes an ultrasound machine to a patient's home, redefining healthcare and building a business that gives access to healthcare for the ordinary mwananchi affordably and conveniently.
Joachim Choge is a man of many titles. Lead sonographer and radiographer at GOtv are among his favorites. He is mainly known for offering mobile ultrasound services from the comfort of his patient's home. He started GOtv Ultrasound Mobile Services in Nairobi, Eastlands, in August 2018.
I practice currently private, but before I worked in St. Mary's Mission Hospital in Gilgil. I worked in Nanyuki Medical Diagnostic Center in Nanyuki. And later I worked in Thika Road Health Services, a gynecology center, which I worked for 1 year, then I resigned. After resignation, I did freelancing, and during that journey of six months of working on local basis, I realized there are many facilities which don't have the equipment as well as the human resource. So I opted to come up with a GOtv. There were patients that they had some complications, and we had no choice but to go and offer the service from home. And now the concept of mobile now came in and became the real thing for us.
Sonographers and radiographers are medical professionals who are especially trained to conduct diagnostic medical imaging using a variety of equipment. The 4 main mobile services offered at GOtv Ultrasound Mobile Services include echocardiograms, electrocardiograms, ultrasounds, and X-rays. While it might look as easy as loading a machine onto a vehicle and driving to the patient's location, it takes time and especially money to set up such a business.
It's very expensive to set up. Just to set up one mobile service provision. And when I say mobile, I mean a unit, a car, and a qualified profession, and a qualified driver. Setting up that one unit alone can cost up to 3 million.
Things were slow in the initial days of his business, but his big break came during the COVID-19 pandemic because many people did not want to go to hospital.
We found the first customer in 2019 March, and we started in August 2018. We didn't really look for that client, but it's the client who looked for us. And now it opened our minds that, so we can offer this service at home. And now we began to advertise. And from there, so we do one patient, they refer a friend. And now that is what has brought us up to where we are.
GOtV's main selling point is the cost of their services. For instance, in hospitals like Aga Khan, MP Shah, Avenue Hospitals and Upper Hill Radiology Center, a normal obstetrics ultrasound ranges between 5,900 shillings to 6,950 shillings. An X-ray costs between 1,800 shillings to 3,500 shillings. An echo can go up to 19,015. However, the cost in a public hospital like Kenyatta National Hospital, an echo is 4,500 shillings, while an ECG will go for as low as 750 shillings.
Our pricing is favorable to everyone.
Other than offering house services, his bulk customers come from other service providers like private hospitals and health specialists who outsource his services at subsidized costs.
We have really helped them not to invest in equipment and labor, but they just have their patient there and then they call us, we co-deliver the service, provide the results and come back. We offer to many facilities, approximately around 250 in Nairobi at the moment.
And just like any other business, he has his own share of challenges.
Traffic is a nightmare to us. Like, you have a patient, either she is bleeding or we are querying heart failure, she has difficulty in breathing, he or she needs a chest x-ray, echo and ultrasound together. And then you are going to that patient and then you find a huge heavy traffic.
Despite these challenges, he is hopeful that in the near future, the world will embrace healthcare delivery systems that are not conventional and improve service delivery to people at their comfort.
As far as this business is concerned, I'm looking into a world of healthcare whereby all the services can be provided to you from home.
Choge realized that many health facilities lack ultrasound facilities or qualified staff. Instead of waiting for change, which could take years, he built a business to solve the problem. That's it for this episode of Mint. We hope you're living with fresh ideas about investing, spending, and what it takes to keep going as an entrepreneur, and maybe a new respect for flair too. For more information, visit mint@mula.co.ke or tv47.digital. Stay safe and keep minting. Until next week, I'm Lydia Nyawera.